Hey guys, I just wanted to go over 3 different things that is really critical to help you nail down your conventional deadlift. It's really just your setup position. Doesn't really matter whether you're using a straight bar like I'm using here, a kettlebell, or even a hexagon shaped bar called a trap bar. Okay, so easiest one for me at least is a straight barbell, because I can actually walk up to it and tap my ankles or shin on the actual bar itself. If you're using the kettlebell, it goes right between the shoes and the horns line up with the logo of the shoe. Okay, once I get down into that squat position, you want to get your butt or hip somewhere between the knee and the shoulder joint itself. And then the last thing you want to make sure is that the actual barbell handle lines up also with the armpit. Okay, so as the arms go further away from you and you stand up and pick up the objects, you are going to feel that exercise in your back. Okay, so make sure you nail down those 3 things the next time you set up for your conventional deadlift. Hey guys, on to another great tip or cue for the deadlift is thinking about this as a lower body pushing exercise instead of a lower body pulling exercise. Although I just said lower body 2 different times, when we think about it as a pull or a lifting the object off the floor, the first thing that engages is all of the muscles in the arms. And a lot of people tend to shrug upwards or lift the object using the arms, the shoulders, and even the neck. A lot of people end up complaining of shoulder or neck discomfort the following day. So if we really want to optimize performance and use the entire leg, think about this as lower body pushing. You want to push the floor away from your foot or shoe, and that way we're able to engage the entire legs. So give that a shot the next time you're doing your conventional deadlift. Hey guys, on to another great deadlift tip or cue is how to create tension in the upper back region. Although I've talked about using the deadlift as a lower body pushing exercise, we do need the total body working together, and this is how we're able to prevent the shoulders from kind of slipping or rounding forward. Now, a lot of the times we preach pinch or squeeze the shoulder blades back or down and back to keep the shoulders in this kind of packed position. Those are all great for either doing back rows, even bench press and squats. But for a deadlift, we actually want to engage the muscles underneath the armpits called the lats. Okay, so to get the lats to engage when we get into our setup position, if you look at the angle of my arms, once I have the barbell in hand or a kettlebell, think about pulling the elbows down as if I'm trying to squeeze juice out of a fruit. Okay, that is the cue that has pretty much always helped people create tension in the lats, and then you keep the tension the entire time through the standing tall phase and the lowering phase. So give that a shot the next time you're working on your conventional deadlift. Hey guys, on to another deadlift tip is thinking about how to engage the hamstrings and the glutes properly and really using the hip instead of actually bending the knee and loading up the quads during both actions or phases of the conventional deadlift. Now, a lot of people actually say during the setup position, simply stand tall and extend the knee. And then to go back down, they simply would say squat to drop the object. Now, that is how you're going to perform the action using the knee to extend to go up tall and then bending to go down. So again, that's going to load your quads. So if you think about hip actions instead, think about driving the hips forward when you want to stand tall. So from my setup position, I'm going to stand up tall by driving the hips forward, and then to go back down, think about pushing the hips back first instead of the knees bending first. It's as if you're trying to close the car door shut with your butt. All right, so give those tips a shot. Let me know how it goes. All right, guys, on to another great deadlift tip, which is keeping a neutral spine. A lot of the people don't think about the full spine involving the head and neck. And when we teach the deadlift or any type of hip hinge position, we only focus on keeping a neutral spine here in the low back or lumbar spine. But a lot of people end up looking up during the entire up and down phase of the deadlift, and that is going to affect your shoulders and your neck because everything is connected, and of course your arms are holding onto that piece of resistance. So I'll show you a couple of bad reps first. So once I'm set up here, a lot of the people are looking upwards into a mirror so they can watch themselves lift. So that is a hyperextended position, and then when they go down, they're also hyperextended and watching themselves. So you want to think about keeping your chin tucked down and looking somewhere about 10 or so feet in front of you So that way the chin is tucked down and now I'm looking straight ahead. And when I go down, you want to make sure that you're also looking down at that same spot. All right, so give that a shot and let me know how it goes. Hey guys, on to another deadlift tip is how to select your grip. Now, a lot of the times I will stick to an overhand grip with beginners and even intermediate lifters. A lot of the times because what we're using first is a kettlebell. So if you have both hands on the horns of the kettlebell, you're already used to an overhand grip. I'm going to use that grip style until we reach a certain amount of weight to where the grip strength becomes our limiting factor. That is when we can eventually switch to an overhand and an underhand grip. What you need to understand is the underhand grip is going to predispose us to a bicep tendon strain, or even worse yet, a bicep tendon rupture, which requires surgery. So both are not so good. It's okay to still set up and do that, but you're gonna wanna do some type of activation drills for the bicep and make sure that you're alternating between each and every set.